Welcome to the Deep Dive. So today we're doing something a bit different. We're actually looking at a short story.
That's right. It's called The Wishing Marble. It features a 7-year-old protagonist, Toby Tinker, who stumbles upon some magic.
Exactly. So the source here is, well, it's fiction. A children's story, really.
Mm-hmm. But it's surprisingly packed with, teachable moments, maybe. Ideas worth exploring.
That's our mission today, to kind of unpack the wisdom in this seemingly simple story and see how it holds up, even for us adults.
Okay, so it kicks off with Toby. He's digging in his backyard, trying to build a worm hotel, I think.
Yeah, a worm hotel. And instead of worms, he finds this marble. It's described as glassy, glowing, and swirling with rainbow sparkles.
You immediately know it's not just any old marble. Something's up.
Right. And well, what's the first thing a kid like Toby wishes for?
Something fun, obviously.
Yeah.
In his case, a mountain of marshmallows.
Classic. But the story doesn't just give him the marshmallows.
No, it's instant chaos. A huge sugary explosion, apparently, all over the backyard, and his mom, not happy.
You can imagine. It's that immediate cause and effect, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wish granted. Boom. Consequence.
precisely. And it sets the stage. He doesn't learn his lesson right away, though.
No way. The wishes just get, well, bigger
Well,
and stranger.
yeah, like the rocket boosters for his bike. That sounds amazing for about 2 seconds.
Until, zoom, his bike smashed through the garage.
Oh,
Right.
it's funny, but it also sort of highlights that initial rush, how we sometimes jump at something exciting without really thinking it through.
We've all been there, metaphorically speaking.
Ah.
A bit of a crash landing after chasing a thrill.
Definitely. Then there's the broccoli wish, making it taste like donuts.
That sounds like a genius idea for a 7-year-old. What could go wrong?
Well, turns out quite a bit. He eats 17 helpings. 17.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's excessive.
Exactly. He ends up bouncing off the walls. So even a seemingly good wish, like making vegetables appealing, has a downside when taken to extremes. Immediate gratification isn't always the best path, right?
It really isn't. And things just escalate from there. The pet dinosaur?
Ah, yes, Sir Roar-a-Lot, the opera-singing Triceratops. In a tuxedo.
In a tuxedo. Belting out la at night. Just wow.
It's so absurd, but it perfectly illustrates how unpredictable wish fulfillment can be. You ask for a pet dinosaur, maybe you don't expect the opera part.
Or the tuxedo, probably. It does make you wonder, do we ever really think through all the angles of what we want?
Probably not enough. Which leads us to, I think, the climax of the chaos. The world made of jelly.
Oh man, the jelly world. That was something else. Sinking sidewalks.
Backpacks getting stuck, the poor dog glued to a fire hydrant. It's the moment where the fun completely stops.
Yeah, it becomes totally impractical. A sticky nightmare.
And that's what forces Toby to have this realization. He actually says to the marble, "You're powerful, but maybe not everything I want is everything I need."
Which is pretty profound for a kid surrounded by, well, wobbling jelly buildings.
It really is, that distinction between want and need. It's the core lesson taking shape.
So that leads him to his very last wish.
Yes, he wishes for everything to go back to normal. Sensible choice.
Mostly sensible. He adds a little condition, doesn't he?
He does. And maybe just a tiny marshmallow now and then. Shows he learned about balance, maybe moderation, not total denial, just less excess.
A nice touch.
Yeah.
And after that, wish. The marble.
It sparkles one last time and then just poof, fizzled into a puff of sparkly steam.
Boom. Leaving Toby back in his normal, non-jelly, non-operatic dinosaur world.
Right. The story says he didn't find another magic marble, but he found a little wisdom and a sandwich that didn't sing.
Love that line. So grounded after all the craziness.
Mm-hmm. And the story itself kind of sums up the lessons neatly. Be careful with wishes, them about consequences.
Right. The idea that getting everything isn't the goal. Responsibility with power.
And balancing that great imagination kids have with, a bit of thoughtful consideration.
So, yeah, a simple story on the surface, but it definitely digs into our own relationship with desire, consequences, all that stuff.
Absolutely. It really makes you think about how often we chase our own marshmallow mountains.
Okay, so here's something for you to chew on. Have you ever had one of those moments? A wish, maybe not literally magical, but something you really wanted, and getting it brought, well, complications you didn't expect.
That marshmallow mountain moment, yeah.
What did that situation teach you about what you thought you wanted versus, what you actually needed or what was actually good for you?
Worth considering long after the sparkly steam's gone.